All professional sports draft young athletes into their organizations. There are rules governing this drafting system that vary from sport to sport. The controversy about what age you can be drafted at is up for debate. I believe that if you're talented enough to get drafted, it shouldn't matter what age you are. On one hand, people feel that these laws are to protect our youth. In baseball, all you need to be drafted is a high school diploma, 1 to 2 years of junior college, or 3 years at a university. For football, all you need is 3 years at a university. For tennis, you must be 16 years old if you're a girl and 17 years old if you're a boy. And for golf, you must be 18 years old. But the exception was Michelle Lee, who turned pro at age 15. According to Michelle Lee, in the time of India, she has no regrets on turning pro early. Some believe youths aren't ready for the sudden wealth, media attention, and fan attention. I think young athletes should be able to turn pro so that they can make money and take care of themselves and their families. It should be the right of any athlete to determine what to do with his or her own ability. Children with special gifts aren't held back from early success. Actresses and musicians can make millions at any age. They undergo the same pressures that an athlete would. There are no age limits enforced for these talented youth. Also, career-ending injuries can also occur while waiting to be drafted. There are many great players who risk an injury before the draft. Also, for many situations, if you're drafted right after your first year, some athletes don't even attend their second semester classes because they know they don't have to pass them to be eligible for the draft. Kobe and LeBron were not affected by the age limit rule. Would they have had an advantage if they would have attended 1 year of college? I think the answer is no. I think that when they had such sudden fame and wealth when they entered the NBA, I think that 1 year would have just done nothing for them. If college is deemed important, which I believe it is, then why not wait to draft until all college eligibility is used up? I think the main thing is that it should be all or nothing. If I thought all athletes would go to university for 4 years, I think that'd be great. All athletes would get their degree and then they could go pro. But we're faced with athletes going for 1 year, going for 3 years, not even getting their college degree. Young athletes are finding their way around the rules, so I believe that it is a sign that these age limits should be looked at. According to the Washington Post, Bruce Harper, who is 17 years old, was the #1 draft pick in Major League Baseball. He dropped out of high school his sophomore year so he could get his GED at a junior college. He did all this so that he could get drafted before he ended 4 years of high school. According to Bevon Sports, Jeremy Tyler dropped out of high school his junior year. He did this so he could play overseas basketball. He found it hard to live on his own, and he's actually back in the United States now. But he is not eligible to attend college, and he has to wait 2 years to see if he's going to get drafted. Both of these cases are pretty extreme, and they might set an example for other people, so more kids might try to do things like this and beat the system. Because the NFL requires 3 years of college before an athlete is draftable, colleges and the NCAA have become a farm system for the NFL. In doing so, the NCAA is benefiting financially from the use of these athletes. They not only are forbidden to be drafted for money, but someone else is getting the money, which is the NCAA. As you can see, there is so much money involved in these organizations that it is no wonder why kids are trying to beat the system. Seems only fair to me that if you have the talent to play at the highest level, you should be able to. Athletes who are talented enough to compete and even excel at the professional level should be allowed to do so at whatever age.